This programme is dedicated to the memory of the late Richard Britton.
The Kells Road Races, in association with Twin Light Developments and the Meath Leader.
The beautiful heritage town of Kells in County Meath, with its familiar landmarks, is the venue for the Kells and District Motorcycle Road Races. This is one of the most popular events on the road racing calendar, with both spectators and riders alike. In all, crowds of about 30,000 are expected for today's event.
Welcome to County Meath for the 11th anniversary of the Kells Road Races. Once again, not only has it attracted some of the top contenders in Irish road racing, but the crowds are out in force as well. There are 15 races on the cards today, and hopefully if the weather stays like this, we're in for a fantastic day's racing.
Reid, we go straight to the grid for the 750 support race. Dave Clark, Shane Connor, Paul Gartland and Andrew Courtney make out the first line of the grid here as they head away on their opening lap, and it is Shane O'Connor on the number 18 machine there that takes the lead, followed by Andrew Courtney. They head up to the jump, and over the jump it's Shane O'Connor, but look at Courtney's machine pouring oil or smoke from that machine. Oh, he certainly doesn't like the smoke. What about the smoking ban for him? And here comes Courtney powering down on the outside, streaming oil for that machine, and James Redpath there, the 39 machine. And with so much oil spilt on the road, this definitely calls for a restart. And here they go again then for the restart, with good to see James Redpath back up and at it there again. Paul Gartland then is into second this time, running behind Shane Connor, who's now taken the lead as they come up to the famous Hanlon's Leap on their opening lap. Shane Connor there, the number 18 machine, just tucking in, being followed through by Paul Gartland, number 1. Round they go then. And this gives a very good view of Shane Connor from the following machine of Paul Gartland. As we look back down the road then to Hanlon's Leap, where James McCall, Mickey Fitzpatrick and Craig Gibson come through in the second bunch, but it's back with the leaders, and as we are, it's Shane O'Connor still in the lead from Paul Gartland. O'Connor now trying to eke out an increase in that lead if he can as he goes up through the trees. We get the bird's eye view from Paul Gartland's machine up the road to Shane Connor. Connor there in great style, leaping over the yump there. You see the cement dust down on the track. That's from the bike of Andrew Courtney a little bit earlier on. Shane Connor then through the right-hander, being followed by Paul Gartland. And tucking in behind there is number 94, that's Dave Clark. James Redpath running in 4th, Declan O'Mara is 5th, and Keith Costello on the Yamaha is running in 6th. Just going through your shot there. Back with the leaders though, it's Paul Gartland now chasing down Shane O'Connor, and O'Connor seems to be very, very comfortable indeed in the lead of this one. Dave Clark there in 3rd place with a watching brief over the lead 2. But James McCall still leads the second battle on the Suzuki with Mickey Fitzpatrick, Craig Gibson from Mahara and Niall Scotland. Back with the leaders though, it is Shane Connor still out in front. Very difficult for Paul Gartland to read him in. O'Connor having a great ride here this afternoon. Over the yump again, but Gartland keeping in very, very close proximity. They're getting away from Dave Clark. You see the gap opening up back to Clark on the Kawasaki. Into the right-hander then. It's still Connor from Gartland. And now being followed through by the rest of the crew. And number 39 coming through on the inside there. That's James Redpath. He's the man that restarted. That's James McCall further back, leading Group 2 with Mickey Fitzpatrick, Craig Gibson, the Mahara driver on the Suzuki there. Back with the leaders though, it is Shane Connor still leading out. Nothing Paul Gartland can do on this. He must be teeing him up, and this time Gartland has a move down the outside. Gartland on the outside. We cannot see at this point where Shane Connor is, and that's the lead for Gartland as Shane Connor tucks in behind him. Gartland really got him teed up on that lap and just managed to get by him on the inside, but now it's nip and tuck between these two as they come over the yump, with Connor in the lead for Gartland now in second. Very exciting stuff this, no quarter asked or given. Connor there, the number 80 machine, Gartland the number 1. Been followed through by Dave Clark 94, getting that corner all wrong, and this knowledgeable crowd will know all about that one. He'll be disappointed. He's dropping back from the leaders as they go through. Connor then with Gartland right on his rear mudguard. And again, it looks this time like Gartland has retaken the lead. Gartland now in the lead. This is nip and tuck. It's swaying backwards and forwards, lap after lap. And this lap goes to Paul Gartland in the number 1 machine, ahead of Shane Connor on the number 18. And this time, Connor has retaken the lead. This looks like a display of motorcycle racing from these boys. And Connor now in the lead, and Gartland gets up the inside. Can he get through? Can he retake the lead? He jumps there over the little hill. As they come back towards us, they're on their last lap. Coming up towards us now, it is Shane Connor just ahead of Paul Gartland. Followed through, that's James McCall, the number 60 bike. They're the second string riders. They started a little bit behind the leaders. But here comes our leader, and Shane Connor in all sorts of problems there, trying to bring his bike under control before he comes into the right-hander. We get a good view from Paul Gartland's machine up the road as Connor now puts a lot of daylight between himself and the second place man Gartland. Coming up behind some back markers now, it is still Shane O'Connor ahead of Paul Gartland. Through the right-hander then at Kells hard corner as they head up to the sweep. Getting up to speeds of around about 130 miles an hour through this section. Paul Gartland then chasing down Shane Connor. Through the right-hander then at the sweep and up to the jumps. And over the jumps, it's still Shane O'Connor holding on to the lead in this one. Paul Gartland in second, getting by the back markers then. Shane Connor has just to negotiate this corner to win the race as he comes up for the checker flag, but Paul Gartland in second. And the official result of the 750 race then, Shane Connor the winner, Paul Gartland second, Keith Costello third, Declan O'Mara fourth, and Davy Clark was fifth.
Shane, you look delighted with the win.
Yeah, I'm really happy now. Just had a good race with our Paul. He got me a few times out the back. I was able to get him up heading towards the jumps, so I just held it to the end. It's grand, happy.
Well, a very exciting first race then for this huge crowd here at Kells this afternoon. And back with the action, this is a restart for the Junior 250 race. And Darren Burns there, the number 1 machine, is in the lead with Davy Morgan running through in second. Through the right-hander, it is Burns now leading this one. All safely through this time. And the 250s make absolutely spectacular racing as Darren Burns, his head just pops up there as he comes on the break. And coming around the outside is Barry Davidson. And Barry Davidson there getting up to second place on a bit of a jump for Davy Burns, but he managed to hold on to it manfully. That was an exciting moment. Davy Morgan has now taken the lead. Davy Morgan, the number 71 machine, the Ballygowan Honda, he's into the lead as Darren Burns there. We just got another view of that, and he managed to hold on to that bucking Bronco. But Darren Burns still in the lead of this one as they come into the right-hander here at Kells corner. Oh, and just coming up the inside there, it's Barry Davidson. A very tight line for Davidson has paid off there as he takes the lead. This is the second string, that's 24, 57, and Lee Hill, number 22, going through there. Meanwhile, back with the leaders, Barry Davidson now being chased down, and he's been overtaken by Davy Morgan in the number 71 machine. This race is really anybody's. These first 4 riders, Davy Morgan in number 71 with his head down, trying to minimize the amount of drag there as he goes down through the right-hander, and coming back taking the lead again is Barry Davidson now. Davidson then leading into this corner down the inside. Davy Morgan, can he get through there? But Davidson just holding him off. Morgan tucked in behind him, the number 71 machine, and then Darren Burns there in third. And as they head up the sweep then, heading for the jumps, here they come over the jumps, Barry Davidson, oh, and almost coming off there was Darren Burns. He's challenging for that second spot, had a huge wobble there, but managed to hold on to it. Barry Davidson now in the lead, through the right-hander. And Jarno Holland momentarily taking third place, but Darren Burns retakes it from him. So it is now Barry Davidson from Davy Morgan, Darren Burns, Jarno Holland then in the background. Davidson through the right-hander. Anybody's race this as he comes over the hill and down on the outside. Darren Burns there, can he get that second spot? Challenging now Davy Morgan for second. And having their own battle further down the field is Morris Walker, Ian Morrell and Lee Hill getting through there on the inside. And over the jumps for the last time then. It's Barry Davidson in the lead from Darren Burns in second, Davy Morgan in third. As they come up to the right-hander, coming up to the checker flag, Barry Davidson takes the checker flag. Davy Morgan takes second, Barry Davidson takes third, but the battle is still on for 7, 8 and 9 between Maurice Walker, Ian Morrell and Lee Hill. Maurice Walker on the 24 machine, and coming through on the inside is Lee Hill, just pipping him on the last corner to take 7th. What a battle these three have had.
Oh, Darren, unfortunately, there were a few mishaps in that race. It was stopped 3 times, but you managed to take a win.
Yeah, it was very nerve-wracking. 3 starts. I was off the line, I hit on the lead 3 times, but the last one, I was leading it into the bottom corner, coming up the hill, and was high side clean out of the bike. So I was near off, and I landed back in the saddle again. So I went back to 3rd place, and then I just took my lap or 2 to get my head back together. So I was just lucky enough I got 2nd on the restart. So I'm happy with the win, because I was going for it, so I'm delighted with it.
Confirmation of the results then. Darren Burns the winner, Barry Davidson second, Davy Morgan third, Jarno Holland fourth and Dave Guiney fifth. Welcome back to the Kells Road Races, where this huge crowd testifies to the popularity of this spectacular sport. Both young and indeed not so young have come along to experience real road racing around this 2.2 miles across a Kells circuit.
Ryan, you're just about to go out and tackle your first race of the day, the 600cc class. How confident are you?
Well, up until now the bike has been going really well. I got a bit of a practice on last night, you know, it was on time, so I'm not actually sure where, you know, if I was fastest or whatever, but we'll just go out and do our best. I think I'm starting from pole, so, you know, like I say, the bike's been going really well, so we'll just go out and hopefully we'll get a win.
Martin, you're on a borrowed bike this weekend.
Yeah, my own bikes, the V-Trans bikes are away getting rebuilt for the Ulster Grand Prix, so I couldn't get them out this weekend, so Gary Ryan gave me a loan of an R6, so we had a few problems with it last night and it needs a bit of work done, but hopefully we can make the most of it today.
Lovely conditions here at Kells then for the start of the 600. And we're on board with Barry Maguire as we watch Ryan Farquhar there get away from the pole position. Victor Gilmore up into second and Barry Maguire now in third, but giving us a great shot as we go up the road towards Hanlon's Leap. And as they come over the jump, already Ryan Farquhar building up a good lead on the number 77 bike ahead of Davy Morgan, who's now come up to annex that second place. Through the right-hander then, it is number 37 there, Barry Maguire, slotting into third place. This is the second group away, and that's led by Barry Davidson. John Walsh, the number 61 machine, as they come up to Hanlon's Leap. On board then with Barry Maguire as we look up the road to Ryan Farquhar and Victor Gilmore. Some distance away, coming through there on the outside. That looked like Richard Britton. I think Richard Britton through there into third place as Ryan Farquhar heads on his merry way. Indeed it is, Richard Britton through there into third. So it's Farquhar now, Victor Gilmore, then Richard Britton, then Barry Maguire. Through the right-hander there as they come up. And we're on board now further back with Martin Finnegan. This is unusual for Finnegan, but he is on a new bike, as he told us earlier on this weekend, and obviously having difficulty, but no difficulty there as he picks up 2 further spots. Meanwhile, back with the leaders, Ryan Farquhar through the right-hander, being followed then by Victor Gilmore, Barry Maguire. And as they come over Hanlon's Leap, it's Farquhar from Morgan, from Britton, from Maguire, Burrows, Finnegan. Ryan Farquhar there just losing his footing off the peg for a moment, but doesn't cause him any problems as he comes down the gears. Beautiful shot this, man and machine together. As we look further back to the second group, that's Barry Davidson, John Walsh and Brendan Desmond goes through. Ryan Farquhar then on the Kawasaki out in front, but look at the battle that's happening behind him. Davy Morgan and Richard Britton. Oh, Davy Morgan can't afford to be looking back at Richard Britton going through there. Morgan then on the number 71 machine, Britton on the number 8 machine, down into the braking zone. And here they come, and this time Richard Britton has got through into second place. Richard Britton now getting ahead of Davy Morgan there in third, as Ryan Farquhar stretches his lead at the head of the field, being followed by Richard Britton. Davy Morgan through there in third, being followed by Barry Maguire. The right-hander again, it is the Dungannon man. Coming through, number 37, Barry Maguire. Ahead of John Burrows on the number 16 machine, and Burrows there taking a little look back. And as he does, Martin Finnegan coming through just ahead of Victor Gilmore. And we're riding on board with Finnegan now up to this very quick section. Finnegan on a new bike here at Kells this weekend. Race leader Ryan Farquhar going through, and it is still Richard Britton holding off the close intentions though of Davy Morgan, and Davy Morgan has no intention of giving up on this one. The crowd are glued to their vantage point, every vantage being taken, and look at Martin Finnegan now as he gets ahead of Victor Gilmore. Ryan Farquhar then slowing down, coming up through the gears then, through the right-hander, takes a little look over the shoulder to see where they are. He's closing on some back markers. All streaming through then, Davy Morgan then, still holding on to that third place. Now let's say, hope that the back markers don't play any role in this as Ryan Farquhar goes on his way. He's on his last lap, just holding it all together. This is where a rider really needs to keep his concentration, particularly getting through those back markers. And a big wobble from Farquhar there as he comes over the jump down to the last corner. Just got to get around this one safely, which he does. Comes up to take the checker flag. Ryan Farquhar takes the win. Richard Britton comes home in second, and Davy Morgan comes home in third. Oh, looking back up the road, we see Martin Finnegan takes a look over his left shoulder there. Oh, and look at the blue smoke from Finnegan's bike. Every picture tells a story. And the result, Ryan Farquhar the winner, Richard Britton was second, Davy Morgan was third.
Well, Ryan, you dominated that from start to finish.
Well, I got the start that I was looking for and I just held Richard and Davy off to the line, you know. The first 3 or 4 laps kept looking back, you know, and they weren't that far behind me, so I tried to up the pace a bit, you know, and get away, get a comfortable lead, so just everyone went to plan, so hopefully the rest of them can go the same.
Bikes have come to grid then for this classic 250cc Irish Championship race, and the machine without a rider there is Jarno Holland, so we wait for the arrival of Jarno before getting this race underway. Number 34 there is Paul Thompson, sporting a lovely beard. Let's hope he has no close shaves this afternoon, and everybody in great form for this, the 11th running of the Kells road races. And away from pole position there is R.J. Wolseley from Portadown on the number 19 machine, and he's heading a group of Tim Stevenson, Adrian Elwood and Jerry O'Sullivan. The next group away is Jonathan Doran there, number 51, as they head off into the July sunshine. And James Thompson is next away, number 100, and Billy Lyle there, number 4, as the crowd still haven't worked up that level of enthusiasm we normally get here at Kells, but nonetheless that will be coming very soon as Adrian Elwood then leads down to Kells corner, and he's been followed through there by Tim Stevenson in the 211 machine, and Tim of course from Huddersfield in Yorkshire riding the Sealy Honda 350, but it is Adrian Elwood from Lisburn in County Tyrone on the Honda 350 who's leading away as they go up through the dappled sunlight at the J.D. Burke's sign up through the sweep. Over the jumps, and they're coming through, and now this time Tim Stevenson has taken the lead from Adrian Elwood. That's the 211 machine as they come over the jumps and towards us here. And further back a little bit is number 67, that's Herbie Ronan, but it's at the head of the field that the real battle is between Tim Stevenson and Adrian Elwood, and Stevenson there gets the better rubber down the inside. Elwood just outbreaking himself there. The knowledgeable crowd here at Kells always keen to see action such as that, and number 56 going through is Alex Conroy, and he's been charged down by Jarno Holland, who indeed did come back to his machine, and we knew that they wouldn't let that race underway without Jarno, and he's making good progress now as he gets ahead of Alex Conroy through that corner. Kells hired, of course, Pat Donegan, the rally driver, always a great sponsor here in his hometown, or certainly a town where he does his business here in Kells. As the wonderful sunshine here this July afternoon sees Tim Stevenson now beginning to increase that lead from Adrian Elwood as they go up through the sweep, and a wonderful piece of roadway this for road racing. Absolutely ideal conditions here at Kells this afternoon, and of course always very popular. None of the local people here in Kells complain about the blockage of road. They just love the carnival, they love the excitement. Just look at that for an afternoon, and is he happy with himself? Well, he certainly is. Paul Thompson, number 34, going through your shot just then. And coming into the start-finish line to complete another lap is number 67. That's Herbie Ronan, and Jarno Holland now charging down after him. Number 22 through your shot there. That was Randall Roderick from Lurgan. That's a Ducati 350 for him. And a great battle again up the head of the field, and I think it's Adrian Elwood is going to get it this time. He's on the inside line. Elwood takes it from Tim Stevenson just then. And they're being followed through by number 19. It's RJ Wolseley. Very appropriate name for a bike racer, though indeed we could see what a name like that in cars as well as they go through the sweep. Further back the field is number 34, and that is Paul Thompson. That's our man with the fake beard, which it looks like he's burning a little drop of oil. Those two gentlemen not terribly impressed with proceedings. Perhaps as they come over the jumps, this will impress them. Adrian Elwood then building something of a lead now from Tim Stevenson, but really not a lot between these two. As they come through, RJ Wolseley keeping well in touch with the leaders. He takes a little peek over his shoulder just to make sure that he's not going to get caught out. And Paul Thompson, not suffering anything from that excess of hair on his chin, is doing a fine job further back the field there. Paul Thompson then, little puff of blue smoke as he comes down through the gears on that Honda 350. But it's Adrian Elwood still holding on to that slimmest of leads now over Tim Stevenson, and Stevenson gets the head down, tries to close the gap back to him. RJ Wolseley staying in touch but not really making any impact on these lead two. This is very, very quick section indeed now as they come up through the sweep again. A good grip on the tarmac there under those trees. Nice and cool there. And this time Adrian Elwood has got ahead of Stevenson, but look at them, they're side by side now, kicking up the dirt there as they come up into the last corner through the right-hander. Then Stevenson takes it from Elwood, and Elwood gets the head down and tries to close the gap. They're on their last lap. Trevor Stewart goes through there, number 42, and that's blue smoke from the back end of Paul Thompson's bike seems to be getting worse again. Running out a little bit wide that time was Trevor Stewart, and he allowed the rest of the field to sweep through on the inside. As we see just coming through your shot there, that is number 66, Ed Manley Jr. from further back the field, and then Eleanor Forrest, the only lady in the race. She raced here last year also, but number 27. Doing a fine job, but a little bit further back the field. And honours have changed again at the head of the field. Tim Stevenson now pulling out that lead from Adrian Elwood. And Elwood just not able to keep in contact with them. They're on their last lap. And again, we look back through the fields there, and we see number 54, that's Jerry O'Sullivan. And he's having a good enough battle with Paul Thompson, but we think Paul Thompson has some problems with his machine. You'll see the amount of blue smoke as he comes down the gears and that, and Tim Stevenson now increases his lead as he heads for home with Adrian Elwood in hot pursuit, but just not getting near enough to him. You see as they take the right-hander there on the last corner and being charged down by RJ Wolseley in third place. And further back the field, there's a great battle between Jerry O'Sullivan there, number 54, and Paul Thompson, number 34. Now these two boys are battling for 8th and 9th place as the leaders come through. The right-hander, the checker flag is out, and Tim Stevenson takes the win. Adrian Elwood comes home in second, and RJ Wolseley there just saluting the crowd, and the warm applause of the crowd here at Kells. They really enjoy that one. And the result of the Classic 250, Tim Stevenson the winner, Adrian Elwood the second, RJ Wolseley third, Alex Conroy was fourth, and Ed Manley Jr. fifth. Here we are on the grid then for the grand final with Ryan Farquhar on pole position. That's Adrian Archibald. Barry Maguire, he's looking very comfortable in himself. A little wave for the camera, and Richard Britton then in ponderous mood there as he waits for the start of this one. Here they are then, the revs are up and they're away. and it's Ryan Farquhar in the lead as they head up. But look at Guy Martin there through the field, carving his way. Let's see if he's made it to the front. Ryan Farquhar in the lead, and Guy Martin there comes over the jump with Barry Maguire now into third place. We're on board with Richard Britton as we look up the field towards McGee's Cross for the first time. Down the gears then. It is Ryan Farquhar, being followed by that man Guy Martin, who started from row 2 of the grid. And here's the start of the second group. Damien Malidi, Ken Doherty, Ian Forrestal and John Donny on the outside of that. On board then with Ken Doherty as he revs that bike to 13,000 revs down the inside. He picks up another spot as he heads off in pursuit of Damien Malidi. Back with the leaders though, it is Ryan Farquhar still in the lead, but coming through on the inside is Guy Martin, bike number 14. Guy Martin really is giving Ryan Farquhar a run for his money in this one. And we go on board with Barry Maguire in third place as we watch Farquhar now leading from Guy Martin. Over the hill it's Farquhar, Guy Martin, then we have Barry Maguire, then Richard Britton, then Adrian Archibald. We go on board with Richard Britton now as round the outside we see Adrian Archibald there into the right-hander. Archibald still out wide, got a better run through that corner, gets him up to fourth and deposes Richard Britton down to fifth. Here we are then back at the head of the field with Ryan Farquhar on the Kawasaki ahead of Guy Martin on the Yamaha. Martin there, the Derry rider, really is giving a roasting to Farquhar on this one. Following through is Barry Maguire there, number 37 in third place, but dropping back a bit off the leaders now. Still on board with Richard Britton. Getting a view as he picks himself up yet another spot. But this time Guy Martin has a move down the outside. Tries to get around now, flicks to the inside, and he's got through. Guy Martin has got through into the lead, but over-braked himself there. Almost, and that dropped Ryan Farquhar to second, but only momentarily. There was a real switch through that corner, and Guy Martin has taken the lead in the little 600 Yamaha, and he powers his way over the hill, being followed in by Ryan Farquhar into the right-hander. Guy Martin there gets it really down low, and now Farquhar has got a battle on his hands as he tries to close him down. Great start there, the crowd really loving this. Ryan Farquhar having to work tooth and nail for this particular one. While that battle rages for the lead, further down the field we have a great race here between Ken Doherty and teammate John Donnan, both on Yamahas. They're coming up into the right-hander, being joined there by Damien Malidi. Oh, and that is Ken Doherty. Ken Doherty is off. He must have just cut the dirt there on the inside. He was very tight to the bales there. Here we go on board with Ken Doherty then as he comes down under braking, and we can see Damien Malidi coming around the outside. Doherty goes through on the inside. Oh, and yes, there was a little bit of contact there, a racing accident. Climbing high over the jumps then is Guy Martin, being followed by Ryan Farquhar. And the Dungana man on the Kawasaki really doesn't know what he's going to have to do to reel in Guy Martin over the remaining laps in this race. Following through then is Richard Britton there, the number 8. And Adrian Archibald, number 13, as they go through in third and fourth. But back at the head of the field, it is Guy Martin still in the lead. Ryan Farquhar there, really on his case. In second, there's nothing between these two. It's going to be a great battle to the end of this. They're on their last lap. Farquhar takes a look out the outside. But Martin's still defending that inside line and doing a great job on it. Coming under all sorts of pressure now over the remaining part of this lap. Guy Martin comes down the centre of the road. Ryan Farquhar looks for a way around. I don't know if he's going to get by him over the remaining part of this race. The spectators are really on their toes now as they come over the jump for us. And as they do, it is Guy Martin, the number 14 bike, being charged down by Ryan Farquhar, kicking up the dust there, and Farquhar has got through on the inside. Can he defend the right-hander? Ryan Farquhar comes up, takes the checkered flag. Guy Martin comes home in second, and Ryan Farquhar acknowledges the competition. Guy Martin there with a rifle salute. But what a race we've had between these guys. Absolutely fantastic. And the official result then is Ryan Farquhar the winner, Guy Martin the second, Richard Britton third, Adrian Archibald fourth, and Barry Maguire fifth.
Guy, you had the lead right to the very last corner.
Yeah, I know, gutted. I thought I braked as late as I dare, and Ryan still managed to get it stopped and turned, so I did as much as I could, so fair play to him, but gutted for second really. I've had 3 seconds today, I'm about sick of him. So yeah, Happy though, happy. Here in one piece, so we can go to the Mid-Antrim next week and, you know, have a good run there, so yeah, happy.
Ran it fantastic when you held off and surprised everyone on the last lap.
Well, I just give it 100%. I knew where I had to be on the last lap. I was in a chance of winning, so coming up over the jumps, I was in the right position, so I went for it and I managed to get stopped and turn around over the line. So, you know, I'm well pleased. That was brilliant.
Well, Ryan Farquhar certainly is a popular winner here with the crowds at Kells. But spear hot for Guy Martin, who eventually had to settle for that second step of the podium despite a brilliant race between these two. A delighted Aileen Ferguson there as Kells Road Races continue to live up to their top-class billing.
Once again, the Kells Road Races proved as spectacular as always, as riders reaching speeds of up to 160 miles an hour around the 2.2 Kells circuit. Thankfully, the weather kept up, which aided in the success of the event. But that's it for now for the 2005 Kells Road Races. Hopefully, we'll be back next year for more. But for now, see you soon.
The Kells Road Races, in association with Twin Light Developments and the Meath Leader.